guys, it's Ari. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and my social diary. It's been a couple of weeks. My bad. I've just been a little bit busy. I actually went home to California last weekend for my granddad's 90th birthday, so had to do that. But I'm really excited to be back and posting a video for you guys. I want to talk about a topic that I'm very passionate about, which is discipline. It was actually Mel Robbins who changed my entire mindset on discipline and what that looks like. Why discipline is so crucial instead of relying on motivation to push you every single day. I don't even know if I really knew what the word discipline meant. I love owning a cat. She's distracting me. Anyway, Mel Robbins put it perfectly. If you're waiting on motivation every day, you're gonna be waiting a very long time rather than focusing on learning discipline. Discipline is definitely a skill that you have to learn. It's not something that, at least in my experience, comes naturally. I think a lot of times people get tripped up in, well, what kind of discipline am I focusing on? And what does that even look like? Discipline at a very basic level is a habit. And I've talked about habit building, habit stacking in my other videos on social media, not necessarily YouTube yet, but you have to practice it. The easiest way to describe discipline versus motivation to myself and how I think about it is motivation is that spark I get when I have an idea or something that I want to do and I get really excited about it. And then if I sit in my thoughts a little bit too long, I start to lose the motivation to actually do it. So discipline is the doing part. It's the actions you take to progress forward instead of letting that spark flare out and being like, all right, well, I guess I'll just wait until the next spark of motivation to do X, Y, and Z. And I think for a lot of young people, you know, we're always told, especially growing up and in our 20s, to go try new things, do as many things as you can, keep learning, trial and error, figure out what it is that you're good at. So discipline can get kind of confusing when you might be thinking about, okay, I just need to move on to the next thing, and that cycle just continues over and over again. When in reality, there are different, I guess, tasks that you can do that don't directly correlate with a specific idea, but it's more about building discipline around habits that can be used in a multitude of different things. For example, earlier today, I wanted to make a YouTube video and I knew today was the day I had to do it. I got really excited, did my makeup, did my hair, looked presentable for you guys, and then sat at my computer for 2 hours, not really wanting to do it. Not because I didn't want to put anything out there, but because I'm tired, I have to wake up early. There's a bunch of excuses in the book, but one of the disciplinary actions I'm holding myself accountable to is choosing to do something, even if it's just one small thing that I really don't feel like doing, but I know it's gonna make me feel good after and it's going to get reps in for me. So I'm sitting down here now filming. It's now 10:03. I think I sat down at 6:30, so way more than 2 hours ago. But here I am. I got my camera going and I just decided that I was going to film tonight, edit tomorrow, and break it up into bite-sized pieces. So setting achievable goals for yourself can also be a form of discipline. A lot of times, you know, motivation comes when you have a big idea, something really exciting that maybe you've never even done before, and you think, I feel really motivated, so I'm just gonna go do it. Well, filming a video takes a while. It takes sometimes hours to get ready, film, edit, think of captions, post, how it can relate to your audience. I'm still very new to social media and learning how to do all those things in one fell swoop. So my motivation is high to do a video, but it's low to do all of those steps in one day. Discipline for me is compromising with myself, giving myself a little bit of grace and thinking, okay, what is reasonable for me and my attention span to get done tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's a small example, but it's just something relevant that happened to me today. Here's another big aspect. Discipline is also learning to resist temptation. It's learning how to say no to things that you know aren't conducive to where you're trying to go, and also saying yes to things that you really don't want to do. That's why it takes time and practice and repetition in order to figure out what it is you should be saying yes and no to. You might not even know what your end goal is, but what I do know is that if your goal is to get better as an individual, as a human being every single day, you will be constantly thinking about what it is that's conducive to your life in this current season and what is not. And just like anything else, discipline gets so much easier over time the more you practice it. It's really hard to start. It's really hard to keep yourself accountable for things, which is totally normal, but when you continue to push yourself, continue to make those tough decisions, over time, your body and your mind will automatically start to drift towards disciplinary actions as opposed to the non-conducive actions, if that makes any sense. And just because discipline will get you to where you need to go does not mean motivation is a bad thing. Without motivation, discipline wouldn't exist. You have to have a motive in order to think, yes, I want to learn how to discipline myself and stay focused and stay present and make the most use of my time. The one needs the other. Motivation is the thought. Discipline is doing it when you really don't feel like it. You know what discipline also builds? Consistency. And that leads me into my next little subtopic. Consistency is so crucial in anything that you do. You don't see star athletes skipping the gym, especially when they don't want to go. If you can just get 1% better every day, will lead to longer consistency, longer discipline, and before you know it, you'll be practicing that skill over and over again without even having to try. You won't necessarily always know what the right answer is and what that looks like, but you'll be able to trust yourself more the longer you can go, keeping yourself accountable and staying consistent. And if you're looking for new ways to discipline yourself or practice discipline, a good tool is your conscience. Conscience? I don't know. Up here, we all have it, that intuition, that voice telling you whether or not a certain decision is a good or a bad one. Oftentimes, discipline is when you hear those thoughts and don't talk back. You don't make excuses, you acknowledge them, don't use it as, the opposite. It's basically just when you're listening to your practice and repetition. Your mind and your heart will eventually link up and show you where you need to go. Not making excuses is probably the first step in any sort of disciplinary action that you're trying to take upon yourself, or just holding yourself accountable in general. So if you're new to learning how to be more aware of your actions that you're taking and you want to be more disciplined, just start with training your mind to say no. Say no to the things that you know aren't good for you. If you have big dreams and aspirations, analyze every decision that you're making in the moment. Is it getting me towards XYZ, where I need to go? Is it not? Sometimes decisions are tougher than others to get there. Sometimes you have to cut people loose that are not pushing you towards your goals. Sometimes you have to say yes to more things, like getting up off the couch and filming a YouTube video as opposed to watching a movie with your boyfriend on the couch, which he's so sweet, he's out there waiting for me. So just start training your mind. Start thinking about this daily. Write it on sticky notes. Put it on your wallpaper, on your phone so that you see it every day. You have to start by putting it in front of you. Whatever that goal is, whatever you're trying to train your mind, your body to do, start making decisions that will discipline you and also reinforce certain habits that will spiral into other things. I was disciplined in cleaning out my social media, and now all the content I see is motivational things towards business, my relationships, whatever that is. Be disciplined in creating an environment where you can make it easier on yourself trying to move forward. It really is simple. What's not simple is practice. But anybody can do it. Believe it or not, there are habits that you've already created that will probably roll over easily into the new ones that you're forming. Don't give up. You will do things that you know aren't conducive to your goals. You will mess up. But if you keep practicing it. Keep practicing that motivational mindset, knowing that motivation is short-lived and discipline is going to take you the distance. You will get there, I promise you. And nobody else is going to show up for you but you. So there's no better time to start now. I don't care how old you are. It is never too late to start building discipline in order to create the life that you're looking for. So I hope this message resonates with you. Share it with someone that you love. Share it with your friends, family. We appreciate the support. I will see you guys next time, and thank you for joining. Bye.